Hey there, welcome back to Throne FC. A one-season wonder is a term that is very often used nowadays to describe players who for one glorious season defied all expectations, leaving fans, pundits and even their own teammates in a state of utter astonishment. They're the ultimate rollercoaster ride of emotions, giving us unforgettable performances, jaw-dropping goals and breathtaking displays of skill that the streets could never forget. But here's the catch. As quickly as they captured our hearts, these stars flickered out, disappearing into the shadows, never quite reaching the same dizzying heights again. It's almost as if their moment in the spotlight was a supernova, a flash of brilliance that left an indelible mark on the footballing cosmos. So today, we're gonna travel back in time and meet the most iconic one-season wonders of all time. But remember my friends, this journey isn't complete without you. I wanna hear your thoughts, your memories and your own opinions. Who do you believe belongs in this exclusive club of one-season wonders? Leave your opinion in the comment section and let's start the debate. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting out with Grafite. In 2009, Wolfsburg achieved the unthinkable and became Bundesliga champions. Their incredible squad wasn't filled with stars, with the most notable names being Dzeko and Barzagli. But the driving force in that team was undoubtedly Grafite. The Brazilian striker had always proved himself to be a competent one, but never did he surpass the average numbers of a decent forward, with his most prolific season in Europe being his 2006-2007 campaign with Le Mans, where he scored 15 goals. But in 2009, he did more than double that number, scoring 35 goals in 31 matches with Wolfsburg, one of the most impressive displays by any striker that earned him a place in the Brazilian national team. However, in the following seasons with Wolfsburg, he never managed to match those numbers again and eventually left for Al Ahly in the United Arab Emirates. Number 9. Alfonso Alves. From one Brazilian to another, the case of Alfonso Alves is perhaps even more impressive than Grafite. Alfonso rose to prominence in Sweden before being swooped by Heerenveen from the Dutch Eredivisie. In just 1.5 seasons, the man scored 48 goals in 50 matches, becoming the third Brazilian to finish as a top goal scorer in the league. A move to the Premier League followed, and Middlesbrough is next destination. Alfonso became the most expensive signing by the club that definitely wanted to build a stronger side after the UEFA Cup runners-up finish. Well, not only did he fail to help the club return to European competitions, but also got relegated in his first full season, never demonstrating half the form he showed in the Netherlands. After his disastrous spell in England, Alves moved to Qatar and retired there. Number 8. Steven Ireland. One of the most promising Man City players before the Arab takeover, Ireland actually led us all to think that he could hang with the top stars. His best season as a professional was actually the first one under the new ownership, where his 9 goals and 9 assists earned him the prize of Man City Best Player of the Year. Sadly, after that, he succumbed to the pressure and by 2010, he was already gone. Following his departure from Manchester, he wandered through Premier League mid-table clubs and finished his career with Bolton in 2019. Number 7. Hawk Santa Cruz. Okay, this one is strange to say the least. Santa Cruz joined Bayern in 1999 as an 18-year-old, coming off 2 promising seasons with Olimpia in Paraguay. And even though he spent 8 seasons with the club, he never managed to score more than 9 goals in any of them, despite being given many minutes. Then, in 2007, in one of the most random transfers of all time, Santa Cruz joined Blackburn Rovers, and boy, did he deliver. He scored 23 goals that season, finally living up to all the hype that had been thrown around his name for almost a decade. He became a cult hero among the Blackburn fans, but he never reached the same heights again. Somehow he still earned a move to the newly rich Man City, but he only scored 4 goals there. Incredibly, the guy is still going in 2023, playing with Libertad in Paraguay. Moving on to a Champions League hero that you probably didn't know, Carlos Alberto. The Brazilian youngster joined Porto in 2004, following an impressive stint with Fluminense, but no one, not even Mourinho, expected Carlos Alberto to be so influential in Porto's most successful season in history. The then 19-year-old started every game in the knockout rounds and even opened the scoring in the final. And after Mourinho's departure, most people expected the club to build their new squad around him, but it quickly fell out of favor with the new coach Victor Fernandes. He then returned to Brazil, where he showed some form and earned himself another move to Europe, this time to the emerging Werder Bremen, but he only played 4 times with the German outfit before spending the rest of his career as a journeyman. Another case of a very talented player that liked the nightlife more than football itself. Number 5. Michu. Perhaps the ultimate case of a streets won't forget player, Michu was plucked out of obscurity by the newly promoted Swansea City in 2012 and absolutely took the league by storm. Michu scored 22 goals in his first season and quickly gained attention from the biggest clubs in the world, but after that remarkable season, his form quickly fell off. He scored 2 goals in the following Premier League campaign, and in 2017, just 3 years after leaving Swansea, the Spaniard retired, playing in Spain's second division. What a dramatic fall from grace at just 31 years old. Number 4. Vincent Janssen. One season with AZ Alkmaar was all Janssen needed to announce himself to European football as potentially the game's next top striker. Or so Spurs thought. Janssen bagged 27 goals in his only season with Alkmaar, finishing up as Eredivisie top scorer and the winner of the Johan Cruyff Trophy. The Dutchman bagged 2 hat-tricks throughout the campaign, tempting Spurs to snap him up for £70 million in 2016. He was given time in London, but his 2 Premier League goals didn't impress anyone, and a year later he was already in Turkey. But this story kind of has a happy ending, since he bounced back in Mexico and has recently won the Belgian League with Royal Antwerp. Another case of a solid striker who tried to punch above his weight in England, but failed. Number 3. Saído Berahino. Coming out of nowhere like a prime Randy Orton RKO, Berahino burst onto the scene at West Brom as a youngster. After emerging in 2013-2014, his first full season with the seniors in the following year saw him hit a 20-goal campaign. The form saw just about everybody queuing up to acquire his services, but West Brom dragged the transfer saga and Berahino missed a move to Tottenham. The Burundi international threw a famous tantrum, saying that he would never play for the club again, and eventually got his move granted, but to Stoke City. But by the time he got it, he was no longer the goal-scoring machine he proved to be in 2015, and he even went 900 days without scoring a single goal. Nowadays, the 29-year-old plays in Cyprus with Al Limassol. Crazy. Number 2. Amr Zaki. This one should only be considered a half-season wonder, with Zaki being without a doubt the most controversial player in this video. The Egyptian international arrived at Wigan Athletic in 2008 on a loan deal from Zamalek and enjoyed a marvelous start to his Premier League career. By Christmas he had scored 10 times for Wigan, including an acrobatic effort against Liverpool, and at one point he was the 3rd highest goal scorer in the league. It seemed Wigan had unearthed a real star. After being linked with a host of top clubs, everyone expected his goal scoring exploits to continue after a new year. But that's not quite how it worked out. The Egyptian went goalless for the rest of the campaign, missed several training sessions, and famously refused to return to the club after an international fixture. Dubbed unprofessional by his coach, and after several fines without changing of behavior, Zaki was given marching orders, but despite his rebel conduct, Portsmouth were willing to give him another shot at Premier League glory. However, Zaki refused, saying that there was no way he would play in a club run by Israeli people and alongside an Algerian teammate. It almost feels like this never happened, since it all went down in such a short period of time, but yeah, that's the legend of Amr Zaki. And finally, number 1, João Félix. The most recent case and perhaps the one that you'll disagree with the most with me. But hey, if I wanted to echo out other people's footballing opinions, I would have created a Twitter account and retweet stuff. The fact of the matter is that João Félix has proved himself to be nothing more than the most expensive flop of all time. The Portuguese player had an impressive season with Benfica in 2019, where he was a key piece to recover the Portuguese league title. He then left the Portuguese Giants for Atletico Madrid for £130 million, but failed to deliver in the Spanish capital. Many people say that he simply chose the wrong club, but I believe that if he truly was world class, he would adapt to a new style of play and become the star player the Colchoneros hoped he would be. Besides, he didn't add anything to this year's Chelsea squad and will probably be playing in Wolves on loan in the next season, since nobody wants to pay £80 million to Atletico. There's still time for him, but as far as I'm concerned, he's just the most expensive one-season wonder of all time. And that's it, do you agree? If you do, leave a like since it really helps pushing the video to more people. And if you didn't agree with me, leave your opinion in the comments and let's have a discussion. Thank you for watching until the end of the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch more content like this. Until next time, I'll see you soon.